Here's an old term. Action turns knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and happiness out of them. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey, expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystic Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. I am your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only Galactic Historian. Today is a live call-in show. Come and have yourself a reading, a conversation, tap into the wisdom, get something new for your life. Turn off your social media for just a little bit and focus on the change that could be yours. All right, everybody, we've got some callers already waiting. We're going to go to Angelo. Signal to unmute. Angelo, are you there? Going once.
Hello?
Hey, Angelo, how's it going today?
Hey, Andrew. I'm good. How are you?
Good. What do you want to talk about today?
I'm surprised to be picked, to be honest. I didn't expect this, but happy to be on. Um, I would be interested in like a general reading, if you don't mind.
Okay, tell me a little bit.
Just
Tell me a little bit about yourself so I can tune in.
so my name is Andrew. I'm 30 years old. I grew up in Germany, but I live in Spain now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have we talked before?
A couple of years ago, during the pandemic.
What did we talk about?
From what I recall, it was about daily practice and diving deep into actually practicing on a daily basis.
Did you try it out?
Not really, to be honest.
Okay.
I kind of got off path, I would say, the last couple of years.
Uh-huh.
But
what do you do for a job?
right now I'm in between jobs, but to be honest, I've just been like working different jobs in customer service. I did recruitment. kind of just job hopping throughout my 20s.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah.
Do you have any education background?
I'm doing a course in nutrition to become a nutrition coach,
Okay.
which is something I want to start my own business, nutrition coaching business.
All right.
Um, but other
So
than
I'm going to start with part of the general reading. It's going to include aspects of moving forward into your future. The
yeah,
entire coaching market has collapsed.
hmm
Period. Do you know what Mind Valley is?
is it? Do they have like summits and YouTube videos
Yes.
and things like that?
So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were massive 2015 to 2022. Well, they're at the verge of going bankrupt and really bad. And the millions of coaches that were attached to it are all in disaster preparation right now.
hmm
So it's not just Mind Valley, it's any of those big websites that put a bunch of teachers in one place. It's all collapsed. Completely
hmm
collapsed. The entire business model of what they did has collapsed. None of them innovated whatsoever. You need to take that into whatever future you're going to have. That means the value of all coaching worldwide, and it doesn't matter if it's business coaching, spiritual coaching, or anything in between. All of that's completely collapsed. Value has dropped out of it. People aren't paying for the advice anymore. They put too many coaches up too fast who didn't have any real coaching experience. Okay.
hmm
So, how can you get real coaching experience while you're trying to get this nutrition class? How can you get real hands-on experience so that you know what your value is and that when you ask a price, you're not going to be competing to everyone else who's cutting their prices by half or one third?
Mm. Well, my plan was, well, I'm doing the course right now, so I haven't actually launched a website or anything. But my plan was to offer like a 5 session coaching package, which
Yeah,
is basically about,
that model's collapsed.
that's what you mean. Okay.
Everything has collapsed, and it doesn't matter. Even what's his face, the big self-help guys. What's his name? Anthony. What's I can't think of his fucking name now. Tony Robbins. Okay,
hmm
he has had a 40% drop in clients worldwide.
hmm
He is the best of the best of the best. Tony Robbins, a 40% drop.
Yeah.
There's no one higher than him. Everyone else that's around him, all those groups are big, even the top guys are experiencing collapse. Okay? Which means they have lost trust in coaching and coaches as general.
So
So
you mean,
while
you mean in every field? So in,
every field, every
okay.
field, okay? Every single field. And while you're taking this nutrition class, you have to start figuring out what does a business actually look like for me in the new emerging market as all of these other big guys are collapsing, and then they're going to leave these networks that they've been tied to forever, and they're all going to make their own websites, their own this, and they're all going to follow the worst advice in the world. Okay?
hmm
So you need to start putting effort into basic marketing and maybe a little more advanced marketing and understand so much of the advice that's coming from marketing is what's creating these collapses now. Mind Valley fell because they stuck with one idea and they didn't innovate, and then they charge ridiculously high prices, and then all of a sudden people are wanting refunds, and it just crashed the whole industry. TED Talks is going bankrupt. Did you know that?
Oh, really? No, I have no idea. Wow.
Yeah. So all the big guys are going under. Okay. Now,
hmm
how does this apply to the general you? You came into it thinking there's an entire market. I love nutrition. I can really do something with it. All right. Now, what you thought you were getting into isn't going to be what you're getting into.
Okay.
Okay. You got to take the passion for what you wanted to do, which is nutrition. And while you're doing the class, how long is the class going to be?
Well, it's, well, not really self-study, but I can decide how long I'm going to take, basically. It's not like a
It's an
fixed,
online one, which means you're not going to get the full educated wisdom of doing a 2-year nutrition degree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you went to a college or a university, most nutrition classes are already out of date.
Mm-hmm.
Any college or university. This really means that you have to self-study more than what the online class is going to be. You're going to have to develop recipes. You're going to have to develop meal plans. You're going to have to develop your own concept of a product. Go find a naturopath that you can get a set of exercise weight loss pills, something that isn't your average, bullshit garbage that they put out, so you can start putting together something that will be residual income for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the fact that you're taking an online class means you can go at the level that you want to go. My advice is go through it as fast as you can without failing.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could get it done in 6 months or 8 months, great. Because after that, you have to figure out what is the actual business environment going to be.
Okay.
Okay. What is the actual business environment? So Mind Valley hasn't fully gone bankrupt yet. They recently got a slight bailout, but it won't last long because the management there is too stubborn to realize the type of changes that they have to meet, and they're gonna go down. It's to the point they have like a 1.5 Better Business Bureau rating because their customer support is non-existent. You can't cancel a card. I mean, when a company does that, you know that they're absolute disastrous trouble. And then the lawsuits are piling up from the coaches and from the people that ordered products. There's a massive set of lawsuits right now, and that'll finish the collapse of the company by mid next year, or mid this year, mid to late this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this means you have to become equally business minded as you are spiritually minded with, nutrition, the passion of nutrition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is something that's I feel like um this whole theme around collapse and things not being the same anymore. I feel like it's almost in every area in life right
It
now.
is collapse in the
Um,
trust of the national and government institutions, collapse of trust in corporations, the products that they put out. They promise the stars and give you garbage. Okay, how many video game launches have been unplayable in the last 5 years? Most of them. How many product launches have been come out on Amazon, and what ended up coming out is Chinese garbage, level seconds and thirds that are complete garbage. That is the business has has destroyed itself by who it puts in its board of advisors, its CEOs, its CTOs, its Sigma Six people, and all the people that are in it are truly uneducated morons. Okay, that's what it's put in.
yeah, it's also a thing of like I feel like this is my feeling. Part of the reason I'm going for this is because I realize I can't really have a corporate job anymore. I mean, I have to do it for now because I have to earn
Sure.
money, but it's not sustainable. I can see it and feel it. And so it's kind of like this whole crossroads of either
Yeah. This is why you
choosing
have to.
one's own sovereignty
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
going with,
This is why you have to carefully evolve your idea of being a nutritionist. Okay. Do you go to a gym?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Are there anybody that's a nutritionist at the gym you're at that advertises?
No, not that I'm aware of. It's a pretty basic type of
Okay.
gym, so it's not.
Majority of gyms don't have it. Here is where you got to be willing to talk to a gym manager or an owner.
Hmm.
Okay. If you're not willing to talk about it and be passionate about talking about it, to be able to offer services into a gym, and if you could find a gym that has 10 or 12 locations, your access to clients becomes greatly amplified.
Hmm.
Okay. So the goal here is how do I pass my nutrition? Then how do I figure out where clients will come from? If you have a website, it's no different than just having an ad in a newspaper. You need traffic to go to it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where you're going to want to develop a podcast concept, even if it's not live, even if it's just a 20-minute show that you're starting with basic advice. Okay.
Hmm.
What's in a nutrition plan? Okay. Show your knowledge and passion. Okay. And those can become your basic marketing concept. It's not like you're going to be putting a show up every month. You'll put up a show like every 3 months. Okay. Because if you put up a show every week, you're going to run out of content and give everything away for free. And then you're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So like every 3 months, you put a show up. And then that show is drives traffic. Okay, then you're going to need, the major social media accounts. Learn how to manage them. Get a piece of software that allows you to post on all of them simultaneously, or at least, multiples at a time.
Mhm.
Okay, is where you got to become savvy with the computer.
It's I thank you first of all for all that
Okay?
information. I had no idea. I mean, I to be honest with you, I wasn't even looking into the coaching market at all. I was just studying for now.
Yeah, but nutrition is
But
coaching. Nutrition is
yeah,
coaching.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
What I do
but
is
it
not just psychic readings, it's coaching also. Okay, and psychic readings, that's collapsed too, to tell you the truth. The whole market has collapsed. One of the
but
reasons,
aren't people always in need of universal information in the way that you present
the
it?
answer is yes, but most of them don't apply it. There has been a complete quitting on people doing daily practice, people using commitment, courage, and discipline. People have just stopped doing it and they're just letting themselves being entertained by it. Okay, I've done
Isn't
200
that?
plus hours of galactic history. How much more do you really need? If
Yeah.
I if that's all that I'm presenting, no, that's not who I am completely. That's just one aspect of the wisdom. It's about integrating the wisdoms that I have from multiple aspects.
Mhm. I mean, I'm one of those. I mean, I
Yeah,
talked to you a couple of years ago, and we already had this conversation. And
yeah.
this is actually interesting because I feel that in myself as well. Like I can see sort of a path, or I have clarity,
Oh,
but then it's such an internal like tug
and
of war in a way. With
what's the resistance?
I guess it comes down to self doubt. If I
Self
would,
doubt. There a little temper tantrum kid in you saying, "I don't want to do it. I'd rather be doing something else."
yeah, that also. I mean, I'm kind of like I kind of hate the system. I hate the fact that we
Uh-huh.
even have to hustle.
Uh-huh.
um, but that's just the world we live in, I guess. I don't know.
You hit one of the major nails on the head. Hate to hustle. Why do I have to hustle? Why doesn't it come to me for free?
Mm,
Great challenge that's going on right now. And a lot of the people in the millennials and the Gen Zs, they are mentally broken and physically broken and economically broken. They're in
yeah,
tremendous debt. The education they got has no real value to it. The jobs that are available are garbage, and the culture wars that are going on now are divisive and destructive for any type of personal sovereignty journey. They've been stuck on the nipple of do everything as a community, and most of them can't be a part of community because they don't have the social skills anymore.
I totally feel that personally as well. Like the last couple of years, this has been, I don't know, like so in my
Yeah,
face.
yeah. Which means you got to develop social skills. You got to go against the grain that's telling you don't do, don't do, don't do. Because if you have a big circle of friends that are actually a little bit more than acquaintances, that's how you start a business that's word of mouth. So anybody in your circle of friends that would need nutrition advice, they can come to you. Okay? So that's
Yeah.
the most basic concept. Make a circle of friends. Find a group that you can get into. Go start being a part of like indoor outdoor sports groups. Okay? Because then you get to share your knowledge with people.
Hmm.
Okay? So that's hustling, but also finding joy in the hustling. Okay? Let's say
Yeah.
you like to join like a winter football league or a winter table tennis or whatever it is, darts, something or another. Okay, all of that can be fun for you, get you out of the house, doing things, out of being that hermit, and you can start building up friendships. So when you're ready to launch your business, you've got somebody to talk to about it.
Hmm.
Because the worst that can happen is you do the class and it goes nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that'll just steal the
Hmm.
whatever hope is left in you.
Right. To be honest with you, like it's interesting talking to you because you have such a like you perceive, how should I call, I don't even know how to say it. Like you have access to universal information basically. Like,
Mhm.
and I would be interesting to know what you see in terms of like the future as well.
It's
Is
going to
this
get a
just
lot.
going to
It's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. The world is just beginning its dark night of the soul, which means a lot of people who have not done any spiritual work, have not learned commitment, courage, and discipline, are going to go through the harshest of dark nights of the souls individually from the collective and uncollective dark night of the soul.
oh
And
my
these
God.
dark night of the souls are going to put people into suicidal thoughts, into hopelessness, carelessness, extreme rebellion. And extreme rebellion is going to turn them to the divisive politics, and they're going to join, groups that are going to get them in trouble or breaking the law, which we're seeing now all over the world. Okay? Because they're looking for
Hmm.
someone to be a leader, which is the bright ground for cults of personality to take over and just capture people's minds. So, yes, it's a very dark time ahead of us. But you're asking access to the universal wisdom. There isn't a cure and an antidote. Self healing and self nurturing, and the mastery of that journey.
Hmm.
Extricating yourself from hopelessness by creating hope through commitment, courage, and discipline, none of which are mystical and all are choices. Taking up the responsibility to be you and letting go of the responsibilities to enable others first. That's the
So it's
universal wisdom.
basically
Yeah, that's the universal wisdom available to everyone. They just have to follow through and take on action, which starts with personal responsibility, self-healing, and self-nurturing.
so is that how we basically reclaim our free will?
Yeah,
It through
in
these
this
choices?
journey, in this part of the journey where the world, the global dark night of the soul is just starting, yeah, it's where it starts. You got to be your own bright light first.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not your own bright light, are you waiting for somebody else's bright light to do what?
Yeah.
Are you looking for a guru to lead you down the primrose path to self-destruction? Because that's what's happened to all these coaches. And many of them had really good intentions, but their business models were garbage. They burned people out. They put too many coaches out too fast, certified people who should have never been certified. Okay.
Hmm.
And overcharged, and oftentimes by ungodly amounts of money.
Hmm.
So how do you create value for yourself?
How do you mean that? Like in general?
No, for your part of the value, meaning I want this to be a part of my life, which is hustling, which is making friends, going to various gyms, etc., etc., giving yourself true quality over quantity.
Hmm.
Okay? Knowing that there's a lot of broken people out there who will need good advice. The
Yeah.
overweight aspect all over the world is through the roof. Okay. Can you
Hmm.
develop a diet plan and an exercise plan that's not a one size fits all, but it's got grounded in common sense?
Yeah.
Can you develop recipes and meal plans? Can you develop a way for people to find their own internal courage? Do you
Hmm.
have motivational words of caring for people?
Yeah, I mean, even from a spiritual perspective, I think it's a huge part actually of people coming
Yeah,
into alignment, eating right and eating like nourishing their bodies.
right.
So,
Hey, brother, I got to let you go. I got a bunch of other callers waiting.
okay.
Good talking
All
to you
right.
again.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
All right, let's
Bye.
see. We got Teresa. You're up next. Signal to unmute. Teresa.
Hi, Andrew. We
Yeah,
just spoke last week, so I didn't expect to be called on. I want to give someone else a chance unless you want
it's
to
all right.
talk. I'm more than
What,
happy.
it's all right. Let's talk again. What's going on with
Okay.
you?
I've a lot about our call last week. It was really nice to talk to you after at least 13 years. So it made a big impact on me. And
Uh-huh.
what stood out the most that I've been really reflecting on is at the end of the call, you had said, I have a very bright future ahead of me. And to be honest, it was kind of triggering for me. So I was trying to reflect on that and just sit with it and try to see what it was about that was triggering, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it gave me so much good information. It was super inspiring. I put prompts into Chat GPT about the business plan. So it was amazing to talk to you. But it really started to bother me that I felt like upset by hearing I have a bright future. I
Yes,
know that
because
probably sounds,
the old you who never saw the bright future, that survived day to day to day, never gave herself a future.
yeah,
Okay?
totally. Yep. Thank you.
That's it. Now you have words for it. Now the next
Yeah.
part is out create it. That's how you
Feels like a
beat
lot
that
of
part.
pressure too.
Yeah, that's how you beat it. You just out create it. You get a
Okay.
file going, a couple months from now or a couple weeks from now, you could have 25 things in that file that just shows you how fast you could out create it. Activating your genius without obsessing about something.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I mean, it's hard to even hear that I have a genius to activate. So it's a lot for me to take in. It's a lot to process after speaking with you.
Why
You
is it
give
a
so
lot?
much.
You're the one that just popped into a college and got 4.0s out of nowhere after dropping out of school. Isn't that enough for you to prove that you're already a genius?
I don't think I'm a genius per se. I think that I have a
Yeah,
great
because
deal of discipline.
you're so humble in your traumatic energies that you've experienced with your ex that you're not going to allow that to happen. Because if I was so smart, I would have never got into that.
You're so right. Because as I was listening to the last caller, I was kind of just daydreaming, like, why am I at this, like, where society would consider, like, lower end of middle class if I'm so smart, if I'm so driven and dedicated, like why am I still stuck here? So to hear like I have any type of level of genius or my future is bright is hard for me to accept. I kind of feel like, am I though? So I'm questioning that and I'm working through it. And part of me believes it and knows it, but yeah, it like creates this conflict within me to hear such contrast from you with what I guess my internal narrative has been for so long that maybe I'm not even aware of until you pointed it out.
Uh-huh.
So,
That's because I'm
but
Grandmaster of the Obvious.
yeah,
Okay.
you're really good at this.
What is obvious to me is not obvious to a lot of others. And
Yeah,
like the other callers, activists to the universal wisdom, there's one thing about the activist universal wisdom. I got to learn to use it. And if I don't use it, I lose it. And the journey to using it is working with people like you, working on myself also because I have my own self journeys, that the self-healing and self-nurturing journeys. Some things I follow, some things I don't follow. I go through my own ups and downs just like everyone else. It isn't living the spiritual life 24/7, 365, because that's not how life is meant to be. I've got to balance
Exactly.
two businesses, my own personal life. I have elderly parents who are going to be going to nursing homes. I got two older brothers. I got friends, family. I have to invest time and love to them too. Okay?
I can totally relate. And that's where you really can find the beauty in life when you can balance this like mundane every day
Sure,
with the ultra spiritual and
sure.
the right. Yeah,
It's
I'm
not ultra
very sorry.
spiritual. It isn't that. Here's an
Okay.
example. When I first got into it, I was always on borderline obsessing about spirit. But what I learned is C plus effort is more than good enough, and you will still be light years ahead of everyone else if you can maintain year to year to year C plus effort. Okay?
Absolutely. That got me through sometimes when I felt like I couldn't even go another day.
Okay?
When to hear you say C plus effort, over time,
Yeah,
it's so much more than that.
right. Because there are times that I'm at triple A plus, burned out, and
Yeah,
averaging C plus. Again, I learned a long time ago, obsession is going backwards. And if you
yeah,
are able year to year to year, average C plus, you're light years ahead of everyone else. And then as I started, Spirit wanted me to go public with this particular skill I got. My C plus was 10 million times better than anyone else's A plus. Simple as that.
amazing.
And then when
Yeah,
I moved into B plus effort, because I had a significant business, employees, etc., I realized B plus effort meant I split my time between practice and the actual work of the business. I learned marketing, I learned copy, I learned websites, I learned all that stuff that isn't spiritual whatsoever, but it's the
yeah,
fundamentals of what make the business run. And then when I was at the peak during COVID, that A plus effort, did it ultimately give me, yes, there were great clients, et cetera, but then the collapse came afterwards. During COVID, I should have backed off to B plus effort. And recently, since I've been creating these new teachings, I've gone to A plus effort at the spiritual side, but it's intermixed with the business side because I got to work with the complete collapse of the coaching industry. People not trusting these people anymore, let alone trust of government, etc. And the new teachings had to take away the responsibility of shamanism, had to break it down to its most basic of essences so people who are ready to take on one tiny microgram of personal responsibility, okay, that they'll actually do it and not just quit on it or fail because it's too much for them because they can't handle responsibility.
yeah. Your ability to adapt and your resourcefulness to me is a true sign of intelligence because the old way wouldn't be successful right now, whatever you were doing years and years ago. And
Right.
you have the ability to see the patterns and adapt to it
Adapt and
and
innovate. Adapt
change.
and innovate.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get these people that say, you're not the same person that you were when you came out. No shit, dummy. No one's the
yeah.
same person. You don't do
Who
this.
wants to be? Yeah,
Right.
the same.
I always say this. I've done 200 plus hours of galactic history. How much more do you really need? And those are
Yeah.
the obsessed conspiracy addicts asking for that. They were never here to integrate any of the bigger wisdom.
I see that. I see how you've adapted more into self mastery. And I had my own time, I was obsessed with the whole galactic
Right.
history, but
Yeah.
you have to take that and grow from that point, not become stuck in this like
Right.
mind
But
loop. And that's where it becomes,
the mastery site has always been a part of my teaching since day one.
yeah,
People just chose to actively ignore those words, gloss over what I was saying, and cherry pick what they wanted to hear. Yeah, every you can go all the way back to Rev Radio or Wolf Spirit Radio when I was there. I always
Hmm.
talked about self-healing and self-nurturing and self-mastery.
Yes,
Okay? Even when they were
yes.
demanding what's my galactic history? I'm a super galactic princess. Why aren't you telling me that? Okay?
Yes, even in my reading, you fully gave me galactic history, but you did balance it out with the healing aspect and
Right.
self-mastery. And it was a very delicate balance. And it was kind of right before the whole galactic history obsession blew up. So
Mhm.
I'm so grateful to have talked to you back then because those are the teachings I love most about you when you still were. I could tell you have like a root of Native American teachings where
Uh-huh.
you began your own journey.
Sure.
That to me was so resonant. I love that so much. And I remember my own mom being into that and I didn't understand it. So when I heard that coming from you, I'm like, I recognize this. I don't really know why. And that's exactly what drew me to you. And then the galactic history was like icing on the cake because it's
Right.
absolutely
Because
fascinating.
it incorporated all of that stuff. Now, the native site, that's still there. I still
Yeah,
talk about it.
yeah.
I have actively chose to adapt and innovate because there are certain people who cannot hear that side. That frequency is destructive to their journey because they have done so much wrong in their life and they feel so much guilt that when they hear that pure earthbound frequency, they're rejecting the content and becoming destructive towards me. Yeah.
Okay, not to change the subject too much, but I really feel like that's the approach my sister took
Yep.
from the place she was in when she called you. So
Uh-huh.
she had called into your show. I couldn't believe I was telling her all about you, and she had a call and she was inspired to, but I think it was 2 minutes into the call, she had to hang up. And I can't even elaborate what it was, but what you just described, I really believe is exactly why
Sure.
she couldn't handle what she was
Sure.
hearing from you.
Sure.
And
Now, one of the reasons I adapted and innovated through that is I can't weaponize my own teachings. And if something is go if my just raw frequency is going to be weaponized to hurt someone else because they want to self-flagellate, okay? And self-flagellate is what a lot of people they call in and they're I'm the galactic princess and if you tell me something anything different, I'm going to destroy you on the internet.
yeah, yep,
Okay?
I've seen that.
I had
Yep.
to learn to selectively share that frequency with those that could handle it. And that was a huge responsibility test for me.
Yeah, and you've shown the utmost responsibility in that. And I really admire that about you. And I don't know if people tell you enough, but I do see the love and care you give people, especially when you had a caller with schizophrenia not that long ago.
Yeah.
The way
Mhm.
you handled her with such love brought tears to my eyes. And I don't know, I don't think you're seeking outside credit, but I don't think you get enough of it. That I truly appreciate it. And I know a lot of your longtime listeners and those who have put in the work can really appreciate.
And I know that in my heart. I really do.
Yeah, good.
But when it comes to
Yeah,
this being a business, what I know in my heart and what are the actuality of the effort that you put into it and what comes back, those are the challenges. Where the
yeah.
human Andrew goes, how much more do I have to put into this for to get them to practice one teaching? And Spirit says, be patient. They're going through the dark night of the soul on a global level. And then I go through my ups and downs within it, and I find my innovative source inside again. All right, I just got to find another way around it. And then people like you come and say these wonderful words to me, and it fills me up with joy and happiness again.
That's wonderful. Um, that's amazing. Yeah, it's not always like it's not always like you're saying like light work or bullshit. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What was it? About 6 years ago, I really hammered into this stop the light worker bullshit because I saw
Yeah,
it getting completely out of hand.
totally.
Actually,
And it still is,
2014.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It really is.
2014. Yeah.
Yeah. I've
But
been. following you since 2013. It's been a really long journey, and yeah, like I became obsessed with the galactic history too, but I'm so grateful to have integrated that. And kind of like I said last time, I feel like even though I'm in my mid 40s, I'm not a kid. I'm really not that young anymore. I still feel like I've grown up with you over these years. And I'm so grateful for that because I feel like it took so much work, but it's worth it on the other side. The surface
You
level bullshit is not gonna,
right.
you're not gonna
Even
get anything from it.
even through your obsessive times, if you
Mhm.
look at your 10-year journey, you maintain C plus.
Yes.
Even when you
Yes.
quit on yourself and then got back to it, quit it, got back to it, quit it, got back to it, you still maintained a C plus. And that reiterates to what I said. Anybody else that's out there, if you actually want to survive and thrive, C plus effort is more than enough. And what is the effort scale? You've all heard this over and over again. 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week on a variety of practices, not a single practice. You have a variety of practice. 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week is C plus effort. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week is B plus effort. 90 minutes a day, 6 days a week is A plus effort. And you measure this over months and years, not days or weeks.
Yeah.
And you can truly maintain C plus effort. There isn't anything you can't beat. Anything. Because you have learned to harvest confidence, courage, and commitment, which are all choices. And when you learn to truly exercise the choices that are the best for you, you learn you're not being selfish, and that's the nature of growth.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, darling, let me move on to another call. It's great talking to you again.
Great talking to you. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you again sometime. Thank
Sure,
you.
sure. All right,
Bye.
T, you are the next signal to unmute.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. It's so nice to say hi to you after all
Hi.
these years of listening to you and seeing you on YouTube. And
Yeah.
wow.
Where are you calling from?
I'm actually in Florida right now, Southwest Florida in the United States.
Well,
And
welcome to the show.
thank you. I started listening to you when I was living in Portland, Oregon
Mm-hmm.
for like 20 something years. Back in 2016, my partner was listening to you and I just thought you were so cool because you read if I'm saying it right, the Akashic records and
Yep.
everything. And I've always wanted to do one of your sessions. And I noticed today when I was looking at my emails that you are giving us a little discount for these
Yep.
hard times. And I'm so excited because I'm seriously thinking of doing it. But so I just figured I'd listen in and say hi.
Well,
It's
hi.
exciting. Hi.
Well, are there
And
any questions that you want to ask me?
well, I have so many questions. I'm just trying to think of what I could ask you. What do people ask you like on the fly like this? I'm trying to think on the fly.
I'll just simplify it. Just tell me
Okay.
a little bit about yourself and let me tune in, and what shows up as the most important is what I'll tap into first.
Okay. Well, I was born in New York on Long Island in Belmore. It's on the South Shore. Um, Actually, I was born in New York City in Manhattan, but I grew up on Long Island. And then I left home around 18, 19 years old and went to Oregon and traveled across the country. And then I lived there for a very long time and then wanted to move to either Arizona or Florida to have sunshine because there's no sun in Portland. I mean, there is, but it's not a lot. And you just kind of miss it after a while. And so, yeah. And then with everything going on in the world, we decided to try Florida because his family lives here. And so that's what's going on. I've been here since 2022. My birthday is January 22.
What kind of jobs have you had?
I've worked all over the spectrum because first I was like an old-fashioned Italian stay-home mom, then got divorced, and then I just did like I'm really, really good with kids, so I always did like daycare and nannying, and then I kind of got burnt out and did like catering and gym work because I do like swimming. I love swimming and yoga, and then from there yeah, I've just been doing like and then I've done just store stuff, working in stores, customer service and stuff. So that's about it. I mean, nothing too amazing, and I'm kind of humble
Are
in
you in
that way.
Are you in a relationship now?
I am 22 years. Oh my God, almost. I mean, yeah.
So you got
And
divorced and remarried?
I didn't marry him because of just his life things and my life things. I mean, we should probably get married because it would probably benefit us on a business level, like in the sense of money back from the government or whatever, or just
Yeah.
help with Social Security. But I don't know, marriage is such a, it feels constricting because you can't have a good fight when you're married without saying, I want to get divorced, I
Oh,
guess.
no, that's total bullshit. You could
Okay.
absolutely have a fight and not get divorced.
Without saying it though, I don't know. I don't know. We
Well,
always have our big little fights. Not always, but they're pretty, I think it's what keeps us together, our little fights.
okay, so that's just how you've developed it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. What kind of job does he do?
He's an interpreter. He's from a Spanish speaking country. So he's does that primarily for a job, and I've been lifeguarding on and off recently. So
So
and also
he's really the bread earner?
yeah, he's more the breadwinner than I am.
Okay.
So
So what can you do to become a bigger bread earner?
well, I mean, I don't I feel like I'm a good breadwinner in the sense that I'm really smart about buying real estate at the right time and about abundance and kind of bringing abundance to.
Do you have your own savings from that?
I have had my own savings and stuff, yeah. But
What
I
about now?
mean,
What about now?
yeah, I have my own savings, yeah. I mean,
And would you say it's enough for you to start a business and maintain it?
yeah, I mean, I could do that. I just never knew what to do. That's one of
All
the
right.
reasons why talking to you
Just
is
give me
fun.
a general ballpark of how much you
But I
have
also
saved.
like you because I like the way you are about what happened in our other lives because
Uh,
that's very interesting to me too about how I am and why what I've created in my 0 to 7 years of age to like sabotage myself,
uh-huh.
like it's like
We'll get
because
into that in a second. Just give
okay.
me a general idea of how much you would have to invest into a business. I
At
don't need
this
real numbers. Yeah.
point, like 40 to 50 grand, I could probably do,
Okay. So
which
we'll
isn't
just
a
use
ton, but it's
no,
something.
it's more than enough. It's more than enough, right?
Okay.
Do you have a real estate license?
You're so funny because I've tried to do that 3 different times and I always quit. I don't, sorry, I'm laughing, but I
Why
just,
do you quit?
because I don't sit still well and I get confused and everything's online and I kind of like the old fashioned talking to people and learning that way. And just, I learned through watching and taking notes and hearing people and being
So
around
that's
them.
just the self-sabotaging temper tantrum 7 to 12-year-old talking and
Or,
running your life right there.
okay,
Okay. The one that never wanted to stay in school, didn't have the good groups of friends, or when you did have groups of friends, they never stuck around.
right.
Okay. So let's go back to business.
Okay.
So obviously real estate isn't going to be something you're going to invest in because you've never followed through with a license, even though you may
Yes.
be good at it, but you don't have the confidence to do anything with it because you have a
Ah,
temper tantruming teenager inside you.
that's partially it, but
Okay.
it's also because there's a lot to real estate. You kind of have to be a player, which is
No,
good,
you don't. No, you
but
don't.
you
No, you
have to
don't.
do, I mean, a
No.
player, like you can't take it seriously. People get upset. You're dealing with their finances. You can harm,
Okay.
they're
So that means you don't have the confidence to truly be in business.
not in real estate, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
any business.
Sure. Why not? I
You
mean, I'm
have
not
to,
gonna,
being in business means you have to deal with people.
Yeah, I probably don't have the confidence. I mean, it's easier
Patience.
for you to see it,
It's
than
patient.
me.
It's not confidence. It's patience. You don't have the patience to.
Okay.
Okay. So what does that mean for your future?
My future is just, I don't
Your
know. I
future,
don't,
your future is going to come very late.
okay.
You're just delaying your future.
Okay.
Do you want to delay your future till you're retired?
Um, I just see things in a different perspective than that, but I like your perspective because it's something that I asked for by calling in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I don't really,
Until you're ready to get over your people issues,
right.
you're not going to start your own business.
And why
You'll
did
be
you think I wanted to start my own business so quickly like that? Like I don't know,
Why?
did you
Because
see that in me?
it's actually what's written in your Akashic records. It's how you break the negative aspect of your unsovereign aspects of your life that
Ugh.
started from your very young age about
Yeah,
truly being intelligently independent instead of ignorantly rebellious.
right. And
Okay?
dealing with people and not letting them get inside of my
That's right.
skin.
That's right. It's a lifelong issue for you. And you starting your own business and making it, even if it breaks even for most of its existence, you will still win karmically.
Okay. And what would you think is a good business for someone like me that you just met on the phone that you might know a little bit about just because you're psychic and amazing?
Well, until you get over your confidence issues, get over your patience issue, actually begin the self healing and self nurturing and mastery of that, your options are limited. Okay. Though they're not, they can all have fruitfulness to it, but you're really going to have to hustle at them. Okay.
Okay.
As an example, you could theoretically start your own, let's say, clothing shop. Okay. You
Okay.
know enough about clothing, just being a woman growing up, that you could put together something that might be able to break even. Okay.
Okay.
In a part of Florida where the rents are super high, and if you had the most basic of fashion marketing, you could make decent money because of the volume of people coming in and out through your area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is not, you're not going to become a fashionista. It could just be vintage clothing. It could be new clothing you buy off of websites and have big sign up, have great prices, have good going back to school sales. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
That,
fun.
that's one thing. Another thing is, oh, let me give it a better set of words. Car sales. Okay. Now,
Okay.
you don't see yourself as a used car salesman, do you?
Well, I actually tried to apply at a Kia place years ago in Portland, but I talked about my Toyota.
Okay.
He didn't like
Being
that.
being a woman in car sales means you
Uh-huh.
have to compete with men.
Right.
In general, you have competed against men very good in your life. Would you agree?
I don't know how maybe I don't really know because I haven't
That,
been involved in like a lot of work with them. So
no,
I've
no,
always been with
it's not about
children.
work. It's outdoing them, not letting them outshine you in any part of your reality.
Outshine me in like in other than maybe being put down by them all my life.
That's the feminist aspect to you. Okay. It's just saying I can be better. I can do anything a man can do.
Okay.
I'm not just a poor little old woman who can't help myself.
I don't know. I just came from a very different kind of an Italian old fashioned background where,
Hmm.
you
And
just,
you've got fiery Italian in you.
yeah, I just really,
Okay. So
but I also
sales,
have the conditioning of being kind of just like,
sure,
let the man take care of the house,
sure,
which
but
I know isn't true,
that's
but
not how you've lived your life.
no, not entirely.
Okay. So sales, even though it's not a real estate, it's cars.
Okay.
Okay. Can you work in boat sales? The answer is yes. Can you work in airplane sales? The answer is yes. Okay.
Yeah, all of those things for
All
sure.
of those things very potentially unavailable if were you to be working in Florida selling jets. All you got to do is learn about them. Okay.
Yeah.
Boats, helicopters. Okay.
Okay. Well, if I make it out alive here in Florida, it's dangerous where I live. There's lots of car accidents.
Self-driving cars.
There you go. That would be
Okay.
good. Actually, Florida is the only place I could recommend that being here,
Right.
because
Okay. So it's a sales job. It's
yeah.
still working for somebody else. Okay.
Hmm.
But it's where you could get your not just your feet wet, but really advance in your confidence journey because that's how you make your money off commission. Now, believe it or not, because you've got a deep Italian in you, running your own restaurant at a time that all the restaurants are struggling. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
You
Like a
ever thought
v
about
like
starting
a veg.
your own?
Well, I thought about doing like a like a small yoga studio with like a raw vegan slash somewhat cooked vegan
It will fail completely.
bar.
And it's not because I'm
No,
harping on
no, I
veganism.
know why, because vegan doesn't work anymore.
No, vegan does work. Okay? It does work. It really
In the
does.
mainstream, it went away in Portland, which is amazing because it
Do you
was
know
always
why it went
vegan.
away in Portland?
Because of the mass genesis of humans coming from all over the place
That's right.
there. Yeah,
That's right. As well as woke destroyed itself and took veganism with it.
you're right.
Okay?
That's the best thing
It
I've
took
heard all
veganism
day.
with it. It
We have
made a
to write
bunch of
that down.
yeah, it made a bunch of zealots. Okay?
You're right. Oh my God. I love that you just said that. I just have to say this because you just pinpointed exactly why I couldn't stay in Portland anymore.
Right. Woke took over.
Because it was
Woke
such a
destroyed.
mellow place when I got there in like 1998. Like you could be gay, you could be a lesbian, you could be
Mhm.
free for all, you could do whatever you wanted and no one cared.
Yeah.
It was
You could change
liberal
you
in
could
the way
change
of
every right. You could change every week.
yeah, and you could be liberal, not like liberal the way it's like
Yeah.
you said, woke, scary, like liberal, like
Okay.
I just let you do your thing and I do my thing. That's what I saw liberalism as, kind of,
Right.
and you just do your stuff and I don't judge you, you don't judge me. And then we're a community in some level. Like it was so beautiful for so long there. And it's just not like it used to be anymore.
So your idea of a yoga studio with a restaurant attached to it. Do you know how many
Yeah.
people have tried and failed at that?
Yeah. There was one in Portland I loved. That's why I got the idea. But yeah, I'm sure it's not.
What's the reason you think it fails?
Well, that one was successful for many years, but then it died off. But maybe because there's not an interest to eat after you have yoga sessions. I don't know.
Family.
Oh, family.
You only
Okay.
survive off of families. And
Okay.
most families don't want to be vegan.
Yeah.
It's something the parents enforce onto their children. Okay.
Yeah.
Therefore, it needs to just be a restaurant, not a studio attached to it.
Yeah. Especially here. I'm not in Miami, so yoga isn't the greatest thing here for the people.
Yeah, but it can be two businesses in a similar location. Example, you own the restaurant, but when you lease the space, it is a restaurant with a yoga studio right next to it. Let's say it's whatever it's Mama T's vegan restaurant, Mama T's yoga studio.
Oh, cool.
They're separated with different operating hours, but it's a brand.
Right.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
And then how do you get families to buy food? You have to have meal prep that can be delivered to them that is an alternative to DoorDash.
Cool.
Okay?
Yeah.
Therefore, all right, I need a meal. I can schedule, send me a meal Wednesday and Saturday. And you give them a price for 2 dinners for 4 people. And you know it's comparable to the grocery store.
Okay.
That's how modern restaurants are going to figure out, not just vegan, modern restaurants are going to figure out the equation of how do you survive with all these high prices of everything when people are just eating at home with their $9 eggs or $14 gallons of milk or whatever the prices have been reduced to now. You've
Yeah,
got
you
to be
really
able
brought
to.
perspective. That's very good perspective because I don't even think about that. I'm still stuck in the back in the past about food prices.
Sure. Thus, if you were going to say, all right, potentially I've got car sales, okay, a helicopter sales, I've got a restaurant, et cetera, you got to put effort into daydreaming about them now.
Okay, I will.
If you don't daydream about them, nothing's going to change inside you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So owning a restaurant, what does that truly mean to you?
That's frightening because I never even thought about doing that seriously. I only did a little bit about the cafe on the side of a yoga studio as an idea from what I saw already put out,
Mm-hmm.
in Portland.
Okay. Let's go back to the clothing store. Is that something that's within
That's
you?
something funny because when I was first divorced, there was a place called Naked City in Portland that was for sale, and I almost bought it.
Okay.
But I
Is-
didn't because I was just overwhelmed because I had a small child at the time.
So
So
with your 40 grand, can
yeah.
you rent a place,
Okay.
buy stock, and get some advertising and a couple employees?
All right. I like the vintage idea. I think that's cool. I love that
Well,
stuff.
you need to be more than vintage.
Okay.
Okay. But you're going to be buying lots of vintage clothing. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to be buying lots of it. Really simple. And vintage clothing, I've talked about it with many people on shows and private sessions, and many of them have figured out how to make decent money with it all online.
Okay.
Okay. You just know how to use a camera, upload pictures to eBay or Amazon, etc., and figure out, am I ready to be ordering and mailing, receiving and sending out quite a bit.
Right. That's a good way to get your feet wet.
Get your feet wet, because the most important thing about your clothing store is stock. Do I have extra small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, 4X? That's where the stock is turned up to. And the majority of the 3X and extra small don't sell unless you're selling skimpy women's clothing, and they all want the extra small because they want the super tight stuff.
Right.
Okay. And then you have these modern buyers of clothing that are looking for the ass enhancing pants. Okay. The
Right.
Amazon butt pants. Okay. Versus the
They come with
1970s bell
cushions?
bottoms. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah, I like those 1970 bell bottoms. Those were cool.
Great. Now, with what you basically know about your own fashion style, 10 grand is more than enough to start a store of roughly 1,500 square feet in stock.
Right.
That's your first month of stock. Of that 10 grand in stock, 2/3 of it will just stay on the shelf and not move. That means your main profit and your driving margins are 1/3 of what goes in and out of the store, which is what you're reordering all the time.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Can you get a lease and obviously insurance, et cetera, all in that 40? The answer is absolutely yes. You just got to search for the right deals.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yes.
your stuff will be online. Your register, your credit card, all that stuff you'll be able to do it. A website is dirt cheap to put together, even with a big section to buy stuff. That's under $1,200.
Okay.
Okay, probably closer to 700 for the most basic of websites for a store. Obviously,
Okay.
you want to be able to have stuff online ordered. So where do you start? Go to eBay and go to Etsy and look at all the other vintage clothing people that are out there and go, what are they buying? What are they selling? What do I like? And buy things for your size first, and then go to some of your male and female friends and say, I need you to be a body person for me. And I need you once or twice a month to come over and try on 10 or 15 different outfits because your body size is what I'm trying to sell to these millennials or these Gen Xers or the Gen Xers.
Okay.
So two volunteers, a male and a female body type. And if you could get some kids' body types, that's great too. But a male and a female body type, and just start buying. Put aside $1,500 for you to buy stuff over 4 months.
Wow. Okay.
Okay?
You're making me like, whoa, can't you come over and help me?
Again, frequency. I just gave you potent, powerful frequency
Yes, you
that
did.
you have to alchemize.
Okay.
Okay? You got to choose what to do it. So you have $1,500 in clothes over 5 months. You could easily resell it all. You can. And that's the next part of the business, is learning the buying and selling. So a year from now, you could have enough buying and selling experience online to figure out what to do and to say, is it worthwhile for me to start a clothing business in this economy? Or is the economy changed enough that I can confidently start a business?
Right. Well, my nephew repurposes clothing,
That too.
but he lives in
Another thing
Toronto.
is finding people that are professional airbrushers and having them airbrush clothing with clothing quality paint and sealing it up and making individual high art clothing. It's tattoo on clothing. It's art tattoo. It's paint tattoos onto clothing.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very, very cool stuff that you're introducing me to.
Okay. It's got a lot of creative field energy. It's why I brought it up first for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you say maybe me even like simultaneously possibly getting like a very part-time job in a retail clothing store would be good, just to get some ideas and
Yeah.
understanding?
That's
Okay.
industrial espionage.
All right, there we go.
Be a spy.
That's a baby step too, which is
Yes.
also helpful.
Yes.
Because
And it's a spy. It's building up
as
that spy
appreciative as I
energy.
am, you're very,
Yeah.
very like, it's like, wow, it's a lot
And
to take in.
retail clothing is hurting for good employees.
It really
get
is.
these-
I see
they-
like help wanted signs everywhere. So
Right. They get these kids that have no job ethics whatsoever.
right.
Okay. And they just destroy the clientele base.
Yeah. Do you think this would help me also just reverse this whole like, I don't know if you ever saw Doubting Thomas, that movie.
Yes.
Do you think it would reverse this whole like weird entity situation that I feel is happening on the road? Because there's so many crazy drivers. Like maybe if I change my positivity in my life, it'll make the road a little less scary to
Yes,
drive
it will.
on.
That's a guaranteed. If you change the pessimist to an optimist,
Okay. Yes.
and then understand the pessimist and the optimist. The pessimist says the glass is half full. The optimist is half empty. The optimist says it's half full. But the opportunist takes the glass before they can argue.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You got to be the opportunist here, and which is understanding, changing your energy. So say, no, I'm not letting that in anymore. I got to change.
No more
the
Doubting
overall-
Thomas.
Yeah,
no more
no
those
more
dark,
doubting.
weird things that come
Right.
in. Yeah. Okay.
And you're only entertaining that because you're bored.
Yeah.
You're not challenged in life.
Right. Other than the challenges that are there.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
bore you too.
How do you know that?
I could just hear it in your voice. It's a frequency. I've done enough of these sessions to identify the frequency of what people are and the challenges they're facing.
Right.
The challenges you have are not hard, but you've made them infinitely hard because of you not leading this doubtful, lazy, lackadaisical, rebellious aspects to yourself. Entertaining the darker sides of yourself instead of the brighter sides.
Right. Yep.
Now it's time to change frequencies.
Yeah, it's happened since I came here because it's such a change, and I just lost the gas. Like the gas ran out of the car. I just no more fuel. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out. It's helpful, and I can see it. So
All right. It's great talking to you. I got to move on to another caller.
Good. Thank you so much, honey.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Look forward to seeing you in a private session someday.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Let's
Bye.
see. Nicole, you are next. Signal to unmute. Nicole, are you there? Nicole.
Hi, I'm so sorry it took me a few seconds to figure out how to unmute it.
It's okay. How are you doing today?
I am doing all over the place. Today has been a roller coaster. My psychic intuition for 2026 for me is that it's going to be a huge roller coaster. And today was just one of those roller coaster days. And I'm hopeful that you can just teach me whatever spirit needs you to teach me. I don't really have anything particularly because everything feels like it's in God's hands, like the big, I don't know how to word it, so I'm sorry, but everything feels like I am being humbled and forced to acknowledge a lot of higher power at once.
Is this Nicole Frolic?
Say again?
Is this Nicole Frolic?
No, my last name is Rector. We spoke last year when I was in the 3D. I was struggling again, but I'm sorry if I am a broken record because I kind of deal with the same problems over and over again, and my spirit guides have kind of made it clear that it's because they're teaching me different aspects of the same lessons. So I keep perceiving myself as a failure because I'm going through the same problems, and they keep telling me, no, you are not failing. We are showing you a different part of the same problem because you've never, ever passed these lessons in any of your previous life cycles. So I'm kind of behind my own age when it comes to my soul age. Like, I'm behind because...
Are you ready? Are you ready for what I have to say?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. I want you to be sitting down. Take a couple deep breaths. Couple more deep breaths. And I want you to stop lying to yourself. And I want you to hear these words. Success is not measured the way you measure it. And deep down inside, you know you are purposely defeating yourself. Do you actually hear what I'm saying?
I'm writing it down. Success is not measured by how I measure it.
Okay? And you know this. So everything you just said about guides, all of that, that's all complete bullshit. You've created this. You're repeating the lessons because you don't like the answers on the other side of what those truths tell you. How does it feel when I say that?
I feel confused.
Sure. Because you're looking into the blind spot that you've created where all the negative things that hit you come from. I'm in the blind spot explaining to you bullshit, and this is how all the bullshit hits you in your reality. And then you just quit on yourself. If you don't look at this blind spot and make it an illuminated spot, you will not grow. You cannot grow anymore until you deal with this core issue. And that's ultimately what your guides are trying to tell you. They're showing you different aspects because you've quit on all the other ones. What does it tell a guide when you quit on the advice that they've given them? And then they give you another option and another option and another option, and you keep quitting on them. What does it tell the guide? I'm not ready to grow. Do you have a job now?
I got a second interview today and it went very well. That was part of my good moment today.
So the answer is you have no job right now.
I have self-employment through DoorDash, and I have whatever offer that that job might give me if it goes as well as I think it did.
Okay. It's not a job until you've gotten your first or second or third paycheck and maintain it.
Okay.
Okay. So DoorDash is all you have right now.
Right.
Do you have anything built up in savings?
No.
About how much are you making in DoorDash a week?
So not as much as I could be. I'm sorry that I'm not giving you an answer,
No, it's
because
fine.
there's an answer behind the answer.
Which is?
If I had handled things differently, then I would be making 500 plus a week. Whatever my blind spot is, whatever you are standing in, I don't let myself have money. I don't let myself do it. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to ask. I don't know where to look. All I know is that
what you're saying is you're a completely helpless person.
what I'm saying is that this is the state that I am in this phone call as, especially.
I understand. I am only being harsh with you is because you have aspects of internal selves that are pushing you to give these answers that are not your true answer. You are not helpless. You know how to live. You know how to breathe. You know what are good choices and bad. You've just been listening to parts of yourself that are the wrong parts to listen to. The one that says you're ignorant and keeps you ignorant.
Okay. Are you challenging me to approach the conversation differently so that way I can practice? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for your patience. I'm not the brightest
right
bulb you'll
away,
ever meet.
Right away, you jumped into the right aspect of yourself. The challenge that I gave you was not to offend, but to jar you into a greater wisdom that's already in you so that you break the cycle of addiction to the other voices that are putting you down instead of standing you up.
Okay. May I try again?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Trying. Please do not be harsh with the next one, because this one is more vulnerable. So please. So what is happening? 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 I know what is happening with me on the other side, if I am, of course, not listening to the wrong parts of myself. I have just undergone a transformation with a lot of spirits, and in the 3D reality, this is manifesting as I have outgrown my arrangements. I no longer fit with where I live, where I work, and it's because I outgrew everywhere. Really
Beautifully put.
And it's scary. It's scary because my growth is similar to that cartoon of the big red dog, Clifford the big red dog.
Yep.
Where he started off as a normal dog and then all of a sudden he was bigger than the neighborhood. That's what happened with me. And I outgrew my spiritual teacher. I outgrew I outgrew everything. Like my clothes. I'm sorry. I had to throw away a lot of clothes, and please don't judge me for this. I had to go to a psychiatric hospital because I broke in the process of growing so fast. And I did have a break from reality. I accept everything the doctors are telling me about my disorders. I 100% accept it, because even with the awareness that God is in control, that doesn't mean that I don't need my psychiatric meds.
Right.
I don't know how to word it, and I'm sorry that I keep listening to the wrong sides of myself. I don't know.
Let me help you now. Okay?
Okay.
The most important thing you need for your growth right now is consistency with a job so that you can build up a savings so that you can eventually have your own individual space to live. Are you living with someone now?
As of this moment, I don't have a plan. My rent is due by the 10th of February, and I currently do not have a way to pay it, because if I had gas money, then I could do DoorDash every day, but it takes gas money and I don't have, like, I really, really let this get bad. So I've asked my relatives
Slow down, slow down, slow down. You just said something important. You let it get bad,
I did.
which means you know what the bad voices are.
To be frank, not 100% of the time.
Sure, but 65% accuracy is good enough for you right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You shouldn't have let it get this bad. And you know DoorDash is a cycle. Without money, you're not going to make money. Okay?
Right.
Where are you living at?
Like geographically,
Yeah.
Mansfield, Texas.
How big of a city is it?
It is a small suburb town.
So the availability of job types are what for you?
Oh, that's what you're asking. I'm in a very, very good spot geographically. I have access to Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, and the side cities, the small cities.
All right.
Like it's a really good spot.
If you need to make money before your rent is paid in 15 days, you need to go and get a food service job where you're going to get tips, a catering job where you could work your ass off and just get overtime. Your other options are retail, but you're going to take much longer to make money. You ever do catering? You ever do catering?
I have not.
All right, look at the big catering service jobs. They'll hire you the next day, even if you got 10 felonies. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? So that's an immediate change in your future is the type of job that you choose now. Okay? How far behind on rent are you?
Luckily, by the grace of God, people helped me. Like, people paid my rent for January.
Okay, so you're not behind. So that means you could get 2 paychecks and catch yourself up before the next rent is due.
Yes.
Okay, that's your first focus. Okay, that's your first focus. Your second focus is, all right, the bad voices. 65% accuracy is good enough for you than 0% accuracy. Okay?
Okay.
This is how you're going to measure the bad voices. Am I earning money and making myself secure? If it goes, I'm not earning money and I'm making myself insecure, it's not a good voice.
Thank you.
Basic black and white to start with. Your third focus. I take it you've limited your physical exercise?
Yes.
Why?
Okay. The direct answer is I partially do not know. The messy answer is when I was exercising, it was when I was a part of a military group and I got traumatized by something that I don't really want to relive.
That's fine. Is the area you live in safe to run in?
Definitely, yes, just yes.
Okay. It's free and just costs you some tennis shoes.
Right.
Okay? You got to get out and get your body moving. What is building up onto you are knots on top of knots on top of knots on top of knots that keeps you in this zero-sum game of never winning. Once you start breaking down the knots and knots and knots, you will begin to have a lot more wisdom, a lot more intuition. You also need to learn self-body massage. Very important for you. Like one of the biggest investments you can make is buying an automatic foot massager and using it 2 or 3 times a day, or a back massager, those cheap ones that you fit into the over at back of a seat. You need to break down the knots. You need to take care of the body.
Thank you.
Okay. It's so vitally important that you begin exercising and working on the body. And now the next thing is, how many meals are you really skipping?
I'm definitely attempting to eat 3 meals a day. I'm definitely
Attempting,
there.
but the reality is,
Maybe I'll skip 1 meal. Like maybe it'll be lunch, maybe it'll be breakfast.
and then how much protein do you think you're actually getting in those meals?
I attempt to have protein with every meal,
Okay.
but maybe it's not enough.
The average protein is a minimum of 40 grams a day.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet you're at half that, which is the next limitation for you changing and why it's so easy for the negative voices to be heard. You don't have enough energy to beat them. So get a job, exercise, eat food, stay balanced. Okay?
Thank you.
That is your recipe for wellness. And it doesn't matter what your diet is, as long as it's a minimum of 40 grams of protein a day.
40 grams, thank you.
Okay? 40 grams. It doesn't matter what the diet is, okay? As long as it's 40 grams. Now, the exercise, it can just start by running, okay? Can you do a 10-minute mile?
No, it would definitely be longer than that.
20-minute mile?
Yeah.
Okay. So a mile is generally 3,500 steps. Okay. You have a phone, you get a pedometer. You know what those are? Step counter?
I could. I don't know. I'd have to look at a thrift store.
No, no, no. Do you have a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. You can download an app called a step meter or pedo, P-E-D-O. It's been a bad word. Pedo. It measures your number of steps you take each day.
Thank you.
Okay. You need to start the 3,500 steps a day plan, minimum. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
thank
willing to
you.
bet you are under 700 steps a day.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're going to have, it's a step meter. It's like, a mile's roughly 2,500 steps. You need to do a mile and a half of walking in a day, even if it's just walking around in circles in your house, which I don't recommend. Okay.
Right.
Do you have like a YMCA near you?
There is, but I never have time to go to it.
Okay. Why?
Well, whenever I get into the system or the routine of working and then going home and doing my responsibilities, whatever they are,
Okay. Good answer.
I need more
No, no,
sleep
no.
than what.
Good answer. It's a very good, very honest answer. The next part of your recipe for wellness is you need to get water. And it's not drinking water. You need to get to swimming. Swimming will be the most potent way of you killing the voices dead.
Thank you so much.
Because the voices are all pent up, unused potential energy trying to force you to stay stagnant.
Right.
The more you get an opportunity to swim, the faster you will clear some of these negative voices. You
Thank
can
you.
also do it with the hour power showers. Okay? And let the water start cold. Could you handle a warm shower, not cold?
Yeah.
Okay? Start by building your energies up where you can get to 15, 18, 20 minutes, even if you got to put a plastic chair in the shower and just let it run over you.
That's actually what I've been doing is letting the shower exist.
Clear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can get to a swimming pool, that feeling will be amplified by 1,000-fold. That's how different when you are in thousands gallons of water versus a few hundred gallons. All of that negative energy is going to be cycled out of you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? And now the next part, and I don't want to say it's the most important, but it can be. Do you journal?
I can't figure out how to journal. I never stick to it. I never know what to say. I don't feel like it's
Fine.
I don't
It's just
know.
the negative voices have convinced you you're not worthy enough to know what your journey is.
Right, literally.
Okay? And your journey is important to you. It starts out with, "Hi, journal. How you doing today? I don't know what to write, So I'm just going to say today I did 2,000 steps. I didn't really like it. My butt hurts from sitting down too much. I'm done. The next day, I don't know what to write. I'll write something until you get confidence building training by sticking with journaling 4 to 5 days per week.
Thank you.
Okay. And it doesn't need to be in depth at the beginning. You will learn to trust yourself. It's more than just what I did today. There's going to come a time where you're writing in the journal, I don't know what to write today, so I'm going to write to me who might read this tomorrow.
Right.
We sometimes can give ourselves very great advice when we're not present in the moment. So you might find a way in your journaling to give yourself great advice for the next you who's reading it. Don't give up on yourself, kid. Get out there and go swimming. Remind yourself of personal motivations. That's your recipe. That's your recipe to wellness. Okay?
I really appreciate it.
I started out with that harsh energy because you needed this reflection. Okay?
Yeah, no, I'm not upset at you. I
know you're not. But the challenge that you gave me right away, I saw the path to it. And I saw that you could accept this path and you were willing. It's why you called in. And now you have a chance to not give up on yourself anymore.
Okay.
Okay. And as you're going through this journey, as you're writing, you're exercising, you're getting a job that you can get overtime with, and that you've got some freedom to come to you. The next part will be learning how to be spiritual in a new way.
Right. Literally,
Okay.
yes. The biggest reason why they broke my mind was to make sure I never did spirituality the same way again.
Right. Therefore, you need to be living the muggle life for a while.
Yes. Yep.
Okay? Your next spirit guide is a muggle.
Yep.
And it's an oxymoron in its own way. Your next spirit guide is a muggle.
Yes.
It's going to retrain you how to be in the muggle world. And then you can retrain yourself on how to be spiritual. And what you will learn is you have lost nothing in your previous spiritual journey, but gained a whole new point of view of how to do it.
Right. Because all quote unquote muggles are spiritual. They're just doing it asleep.
Exactly. And what I basically give you is the path to being muggle again. Okay?
Right. Right. Thank you so much for your patience.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay? You deserve it. You got a bright light inside you. You already know it. Okay, but you got a bright light inside you. And I want that light to shine brighter and brighter and brighter.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Did you have any other questions you want to ask me?
Yes, but I don't want to take away the time because there are 2 hands up.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in.
Alrighty.
Call back in a couple of weeks and let us know how you're doing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Pixie Glow. You are next. Signal to unmute.
Hi.
Hi. Where are you calling from today?
Sedona, Arizona.
Oh, another Sedonite.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about today?
I wanted to ask you if you could give me any information on my mother. I'm not sure if I should, well, actually, I am sure that I should be concerned, and I'm not sure what to do because my brother died in 2011, and then my last sibling, my sister, died this past October in a really unexpected car accident, and she was really struggling. She had left a 20-year relationship with a narcissist. She was only 46 years old, and she wound up, with no money after this relationship in Los Angeles, went home to my mother and stepfather in Texas for the last 6 months of her life, and had social anxiety and all kinds of issues, but I don't think anyone realized just how bad it was. And she went back to LA to move some stuff out of her storage and got into a terrible, bizarre car accident. where she wound up running out of the U-Haul in the middle of in the dark. She was wearing all black. A car hit her, and she died within 30 minutes. And
Whoa, slow down a
yeah,
second. She was
sorry.
running on her legs, on her feet, and got hit by.
Yes, she ran out of the U-Haul. She had actually gotten into a hit and run maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes before.
So
And
she hit somebody and ran away?
correct, in the truck. And then she exited the highway, stopped the truck, tried to block the off ramp, I guess, and ran out of the car, which we were all just shocked. Like,
No, she had a full schism in reality. She was going through a psychological meltdown.
okay, that's kind of what I suspected.
Yeah.
Now we're waiting for the toxicology, but we just got part of the police investigators report, and there was an empty bottle of wine in the cab, and we were shocked because she's very particular about what she will put in her body, with foods and so I guess what I'm wondering is
So
a
real
month.
quick,
Yeah.
if the toxicology report comes back, alcohol and drugs,
Uh-huh.
what will you think?
Things would make sense if that was in the report.
Okay. Make sure you know what the drug, if that comes through,
Yeah.
what the drugs are, okay?
Yeah.
What the drugs are, and then find out what her stomach content was. It should all be in the death report, okay?
Okay.
All that should be in the death report. Now, you said this was about your mom. What's
Yes.
going on with your mom?
So my mother was the whole time my sister was in Texas. My mom used to be very close to my sister. My sister cut her off at some point. I don't know the details. I think it was from the narcissist that she was with for 20 years, creating problems. And anyway, but my mom was like loving when she came back and trying to help her, but she was simultaneously very cruel, like something out of Cinderella. And the things coming out of her mouth shocked me. And I remember thinking, what happened? She used to be so close to my sister. A month before my sister died, my mother said to me, I don't know what to do with her. Um, Sometimes I just think it would be better if she died. And I was shocked by that.
So slow down a second.
Yeah.
You are living in pixie glow fairy tale land that their relationship was perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Your mother has always been cruel to your sister
Okay.
for a very specific reason. Do you know why? And I
She's
know
a
this is new to you. I want you to really think, why would she be cruel to that sister?
covert narcissism or jealousy.
Keep going.
Um, Shadow.
Keep going. Let yourself just open up potentials and possibilities here.
The only thing I can think of is that she was projecting her own shadow onto her.
Keep going.
Um,
You're getting closer.
Entity,
Keep
demonic.
going. Keep
Um,
going.
she wanted to kill her.
Why?
She knows something.
What does she know?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's about me or my brother, but I mean, my brother's dead too.
Keep going. This is trusting intuition here. And it's important, even if you get the wrong answers, there's no wrong answer here. Every answer that comes out of you gets you a little closer and a little closer to trusting your true intuition.
She had evidence of something.
Keep going.
I just can't tell if it's me or my brother. Could it be both?
It could be both. Again, every answer gets you a little closer to trusting your intuition here. What was your mother like to you?
She was the cruelest to me, which is why I was surprised she turned on
Oh,
my
why was
sister.
she cruel? Why is she cruel to you?
I'm the black sheep of the family. wasn't able to be controlled. I left and individuated.
Okay. Why is she a cruel person?
I don't know. It felt like she changed after my brother died, or at least that's when I saw her mask come off.
When you were young, was she cruel to you?
No, my father was the sort of narcissist,
Okay.
abusive.
Keep
Um,
going. Keep going. The pattern's
but
starting to come together now.
hmm. Um, I don't know.
Just trust yourself a little bit more here.
Does this have to do with sexual abuse?
Yeah.
Were we all sexually abused? I know Nicole and my sister was.
Keep going. Who might it been?
Me and my sister.
Who did it? Who did the abuse?
My father,
And
she contributed.
and
Someone else?
yeah, I'm just asking. And this is your intuition here.
Um, she consented then, I'm guessing.
It's just a guess. And again, no answer is wrong here. But now you're on a right path. How
Mm-hmm.
could you? And the answer was you wanted to be able to help your mother? Question. That
No,
was your question?
that
What
was
was
not
the
my
question?
the
Okay.
question. I wanted to know what to do about my mother because I'm suspecting there's something evil and I didn't know if it was an entity. I mean, I feel like she actively wanted Nicole dead, and now my stepbrother is suicidal, and I feel like she will have no problem if he just dies. It would solve all her problems
Then
in
you
her
need
head.
to pull. Then you need to pull away.
Okay.
Pull away and pull away and pull away and pull away. And if you could get your stepbrother to pull away, great, but don't enable him.
Okay.
What's ahead of you are truths you've known, but
Correct.
for a very long time, but you didn't want to admit as truths. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where hypnotherapy might help you unravel it a little
Okay.
more. Or you find yourself in a scenario, maybe I don't actually need to know right now in my life. Where are you in your personal growth right now? This might not
I'm
be the time for you to unravel all this stuff. Maybe 6 months
um
from now is the right time.
yeah. I mean, I've been dealing with the grief, but I've also been dealing with her behavior and what I just see a very cruel, evil person, and I've been trying to figure
You're
out.
externalizing my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what was
Where are you in your personal growth? Where are you in your economic growth, the job that you have? Where are
yeah.
you in your personal stability?
I'm stable, although the grief has really created problems with my physical energy.
Okay.
And I am I'm having a lot of rage come up naturally, but it's
Okay.
rage that her death triggered. It's been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I am spiritually very stable.
Okay.
Um,
What kind of job
jobs,
do you have? A
job
safe,
steady.
a stable job?
I'm stable. Yes.
Okay. What kind of job are you doing?
I read tarot cards
Okay.
and
How
I
many?
do well.
Okay. How many clients in a month would you say you do?
20, maybe more than that.
You're doing. You're
It
doing good.
depends on the
No,
season.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. You're doing good. That
Yeah.
that that, that answers everything I need to know.
I've got a good reputation here.
You,
Yeah.
you you've got something to work with. Here is where you've got to start reading your own field. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you can do is make what I call the weather report. Okay.
Hmm.
The beginning of the week or at the end of a week, you're going to read the next week. And these are the energies that are coming to you externally. That's one reading. And then your internal energies. Okay. So the weather report, what's coming at you externally? The cards will tell you what's coming from friends and family, work, and etc. The internal reading is what do you need to grow with? Are you ready to deal with the anger and the rage and the stages of denial, etc.? Are you ready to begin the morning journey? Okay?
Yes.
Or Is it time for something new in your life?
Okay.
You got to start following your own reader's wisdom. You
Yeah.
can give everyone else this wisdom, but now you got to sit in front of your own table and give yourself your own sessions.
Right.
It'll be your greatest gift you can give yourself. Okay. Are you
Okay.
in a relationship?
No, I'm not.
When's the last time you were in a relationship?
It was 2023. It's
And
one
what
of the
happened to
few.
that relationship?
He was, I don't know, he might have been a narcissist, but he was just not healthy. There'd be conflict. I would try to communicate how I was feeling, and he'd get defensive and stomp out of the room. And I just thought, okay, so whenever conflict arises, it's never going to get resolved. I just have to hold it on my own. And I didn't want to do that.
What about previous relationships?
Previous relationships, I mean, I had met the love of my life before that, before I moved to Sedona, and right when COVID hit, I don't know if he freaked out or what. I mean, he wanted to get married, and he broke up with me right at the onset of COVID, and that's when I left Los Angeles and just thought, let me just ride this out in Sedona, although I've been here ever since.
Do you have any contact with him anymore?
No,
Has he attempted to contact you?
he has not recently. He wound up getting someone pregnant and has a family now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't wanted to, I mean, I know he doesn't love her. I do, I've been told that it was an accident, but he did the right thing,
But he's married now.
They're living together and they have two children now, so that's
Right.
same thing to me, right?
That means that means there's no future there.
Correct.
Okay.
I know that. Yeah.
I think it's very important that you re-enter the dating field and you don't use online dating.
I'm not interested in online dating, especially because when I'm in front of someone, I can read their energy real quick, but
Sure, but part of dating is not reading their energy.
true.
Okay. And if
Let
this
me,
comes from my own personal experience here, right?
yeah,
You got to
okay.
turn it off and learn who they are.
To be there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the concerns I have, there's just not a lot of men here that I've met that are very grounded.
Yes, they're a bunch of soy boys and
Yes.
yes.
So I'm like, gosh, I've thought about moving back to California, but like San Diego area, but Sedona's really not a long-term destination for me. It was just kind of a
Nope.
stop-off point.
Are most of your clients online or in person?
They're both, but I'm moving towards online now so that I can be mobile.
Right now, Sedona's the right place for you to maintain the growth that you have for now.
Okay. Yeah.
Do not go back to California under any circumstance.
Okay.
Okay? Even the San Diego area.
Okay.
Do not go back. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to end your Californian life. Period. You are no longer a Californian.
Okay.
And you got to figure out the journey of internal acceptance to that. And it might be time for you to accept that you are a Sedonite
Okay.
and tell the land, I want to meet another Sedonite.
Okay.
And I'm ready to meet that and go through the challenges of what that means.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. I'm hear you.
Okay? You may be a temporary Sedonite a few more years, or it's more permanent for you. Don't give up on it just yet.
Okay.
Okay? And I've made jokes about Sedona before. It's the Las Vegas of sacred places. You're never going to know what you're going to get, but the house
Yep.
always wins. You're in the
Yeah.
house now. Okay?
Yeah.
You're in the house now, all right? Don't give up,
Right.
don't give up the position just yet.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the next thing is you got to re-engage your sexuality. Your libido has been shut down. You need that back in your life.
Yeah, it's a big part of my energetic Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. But again, I've not really met anyone here that's activated me in that
Well,
way.
then you got to become the cougar,
Yeah.
the huntress.
Yeah.
And maybe you need to take a beta male and teach him how to not be a bitch.
Right.
Okay? You don't
Okay.
need to become a dominatrix.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't need
Gotcha.
that part. You just need the authority energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Your energy alone can get them hard for 5 hours because they're a beta male. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then you're gonna ride it like a horse. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Okay. Truly embrace that wisdom. If you need to metaphorically hoe it around with some beta males for a while, do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
And
it.
enjoy it. And
Yeah.
learn to become the sexual teacher if you have to. Okay.
Yeah. 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 I don't mind that.
Next thing is, how are you going to start dealing with what your mother is?
That's what I'm just not sure how to navigate. I mean, that's
This
what's
is
been.
what you need to take to ritual and ceremony, the solstices and the equinox over the next year.
Hmm.
Okay, because you're not going to be able to take it all in one stride. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Do you journal?
I do.
Okay, how regularly do you journal?
It was regular. I mean, I have to be honest with you, since my sister died, my energy is not there. I mean,
Sure,
it's just not there, and I have to save it for
sure,
work.
sure. And I understand that because I do what you do. Okay,
Mhm.
I get that.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what you can do to break the anger, the resentment, the denial. You need to break. You got to figure out how to break it just enough so you can start journaling.
Yeah, and
Okay?
it's been on my mind like every day because I have a John Sarno exercise for that specifically from a somatics program it's excellent. You know, it
Yeah.
moves the needle for me every time.
Mhm.
But I I noticed there's a little bit of a resistance and I'm noticing it. And I'm like, this is the thing that moves the needle, you know?
So you're in Sedona. There's 1,001 really good healers in the area. I would highly advise you to go get some cranial sacral therapy and get some somatic releases on the table.
Okay.
So your mom and your sister and your brother, they're all stuck in your tailbone and your pelvis energy, which is suppressing your sexual frequencies. And that which is in the tailbone is reflected in the back of the neck, and that in the back of the neck is reflected in the tailbone. You need to get these stagnant energies out of you. What you're going to discover, you have psychic cysts and wounds from your mother over the years of abuse that you allowed to happen and that
Mm-hmm.
you allowed to happen to other family members, which deep down inside you feel guilty about by not standing up to that cunt.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
So do you know anybody does cranial sacral therapy or myofascial release?
I do. Yeah.
Stick with that. If you can afford 2 sessions a week for the next 6 weeks, do it.
Okay.
Okay. And if you can do more than two in a week, like trade somebody to do more, you
Okay.
will accelerate this journey of freeing yourself from this death hold anger has on you right now.
Okay. And so she's irredeemable, correct? I mean,
No
this is
one is irredeemable, in my view.
okay.
But the effort that it takes to redeem someone is not on your level. It's not for you to redeem them. They have to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
See, when you talk about redeemability, is it worthwhile to invest in someone to help them on that journey? But ultimately, it's going to be them who has to redeem themselves. And your mother is in the space you cannot help her
Yeah.
karmically. She literally has to hit rock bottom and do it on her own,
Yeah.
like a drug recovery program.
Yeah.
And she won't survive it at the age that she's at. She
Yeah.
will not be the same person because she cannot be the same person if she's going to go through the healing, which is what she's denied in her whole life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this isn't like a curse. This is just
Oh,
her.
no, this is absolutely family trauma, generational family trauma that has become karmic, extremely negative karmic teachers. You were
Okay.
born to her for that reason, as was your brother and sister. You
Okay.
needed a villain, and she in previous lifetimes was the perfect villain, and you contracted her to be that villain.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is going to be a big part, but you're not going to forget. You got to learn from it.
Right.
There's a lot of hidden shame, blame, and guilt in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't.
What do you tell your clients about shame, blame, and guilt? What's your own advice?
Um, I've not had that come up directly.
Yes, you have. You've known people that feel guilty or shame.
Well, no, you're right. When they come in and someone has died and they're feeling guilty, I do talk about how the person on the other side doesn't want someone to feel that way. I talk about release techniques for that, things like journaling and stuff like that, or
Okay.
the emotional
Yep.
body.
This is why you got to start reading yourself.
Okay.
You have some very powerful guides that help you read. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to accept that gift. Okay. You need to start accepting that gift. And there'll come a time you will not need the cards to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yes.
right now, cards are the right way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the channeling is starting to happen in pieces.
Don't channel.
Okay.
Be yourself.
Okay.
Except you don't need to channel to read someone, do you?
No.
Then just be the skill.
Gotcha.
Be the skill. Okay? Accept that truly there's a powerful being inside you who came with a set of wisdoms and libraries that was needed for others' growth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, do you have your cards near you?
I have a few decks here on the table.
Grab one and give it a good mix. And then as you're giving it a mix, say to the deck, over the last 15 minutes, I've had a lot of wisdom come to me. What special wisdom does these cards and my higher wisdom have to help amplify this moment for me?
Okay. Or you want me to pull from the deck?
Yep. Yep.
Let's see. 5 of Wands with the Magician and the Fool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Explain to the audience what that means.
5 of Wands is the internal conflict. It can be outpictured as the external conflict, of course. But the Magician is the transmutation. It's the alchemizing of the lead into gold, the shit into gold. And it's the phoenix rising from the ashes, the Fool, brand new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Having the power, being integrated to take the leap. And then on the bottom of the deck, I have Ace of Cups, which to me is that self-love that potentially leads to like what you're talking about, the love relationship.
Now make that the next card. Specifically, what advice and wisdom can the cards give to me about reactivating my sexuality in a land full of beta males and soy boys? How do I become the cougar, the huntress?
The funny thing is I had that Ace of Cups with an Ace of Wands, so that is definitely happening. Now, when I ask your question here, I have Page of Swords with the High Priestess and the Chariot. So to me, it's anchoring that like legitimate, like very literal meaning of the priestess in the temple that the Spartans and the Romans would go in. It's that there's something with that clarity of purity. But what you're talking about, the unadulterated joy, the having fun without the filter of whatever Catholicism society. Chariot, fast movement, to me, that's just taking action, being open, going out there also. Getting
Sure.
out there.
But this question was specifically about huntress, beta males, soy boys.
Oh, okay. How to transmute them?
Yes.
Because they're the Page of Swords and I'm the High Priestess. So like you said, it's the it's the schooling, right? Is that what you mean?
Accepting yourself as a sexual teacher for people who are incompetent in sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
And don't feel guilty like you're robbing the cradle. Okay? Obviously don't date underage people. Okay? But mentally, they might be 15, but physically, they're 40 or 30.
Right, right,
Okay?
right.
And be
Yeah,
willing to ride the horse.
gotcha.
Okay? Now,
Yeah.
the next card to pull is, how do I deal with this crazy energies from the death of my sister, brother, and what I'm beginning to learn about my mother?
Okay.
What are you getting?
I've got here 6 of Wands, have on the floor 2 of Wands with 10 of Swords.
Okay. What's that?
I've got to walk through the gateway here, the 2 of Wands, right? And I'll be successful here, but I'm going to have to leave the ego behind here, follow my heart, and just it's going to be, I see it's going to be painful. And then, but like you said, it's like letting go of the denial.
Yeah, that's all it is. And it starts with you being able to figure out how to journal again. And
Okay.
from there, all the wisdom and intuition of what's the next move for you is going to start appearing as hindsight until you're
Mhm.
able to deal with foresight again.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now,
Man,
my last piece of advice I want to give you was on sexuality.
yeah, go for
In
it.
your last relationship, was it quality sexuality?
Yeah,
Or
the last 2 relationships, yeah.
okay, what does that mean for the orgasmic energy in you? Was it really easy for you to achieve it?
Yes.
Are you able to do it on your own since you've been broken up
Yes.
and you have no problem getting to it?
No, I mean, prior to my sister leaving, because like I said, I just don't have physical energy. Like, it's hard for me to even exercise right now. I mean, I do walk, but I have a very high sex drive and self-pleasure, quite a bit. So I have no problem
So
orgasming.
have you been doing quantity over quality recently?
I can't recently when I've tried, because I'll feel the desire, I can't get activated. I can't get excited. And when I'm trying to call up someone in the past to mind, it's not doing anything.
What that means is you have taken on way too much of the other energies, and God, what's the word? Oh, what is it when you're brain? I'm a total brain fart.
Influenced or
No. It's a chemical term. It's a body chemical term.
um chemical, the oxytocin,
No. It starts with an N. Shit.
and N. No, it's not the nitric oxide.
No. It's a thing it's a thing you get when you're overloaded on stress.
I can't think of it.
Me neither. I'm having a total brain fart here on
It's
it.
all right. I have an idea of what you're saying.
Yeah, you're not alchemizing the stress, and it's beginning to do severe harm to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I feel it in my body.
doing severe harm, which means go out and find somebody pretty quick. Okay,
Okay.
let your intuition guide you, and you let the cards guide you, but you need to have your bell rung by an actual person because your internals can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep. I hear
okay,
that.
you got to recognize this as a trauma that you need to begin to heal.
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, darling, it's been great talking to you.
You too. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. And give us a call back sometime. Let us know how things are going for you.
I will. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Cortisol. That's what it is. Cortisol. Your cortisol levels have gone too high. Okay, that somebody in the chat finally found it. Yes. So you could look up cortisol, the diet for changing cortisol, exercise, sexuality. All right, everybody, we're going to call it an end to the show. If you'd like to have a private session with me, you go to andrewbartzis.com. We have lowered prices for everyone. So come on and have a private conversation. Find what's next for you in life. And I look forward to seeing you the next show we have, which is tomorrow.